Hey there, moms and dads. For anyone with one or more teens or soon-to-be teens out there, today's video is for you. But before we get underway, please give this video a like to help us get the message out to more parents just like you. Without further ado, a quote I have seen many psychologists seem to love is, "Young people nowadays love luxury. They have bad manners and contempt for authority. They show disrespect for old people and love silly talk in place of exercise. They no longer stand up when older people enter the room. They contradict their parents, talk constantly in front of company, gobble their food, and tyrannize their teachers." I've heard Dr. Vicki use it on multiple occasions and see it all over the internet. But I get it. It's apt, to the point, and attributed to Socrates way back in 400 BCE. As you can see, adolescence hasn't really changed that much in the last 2,400 years or so. My guess? Those parents we see in cave paintings probably had similar grunts and groans. Adolescence is a roller coaster of experiences where teens are struggling with physical, hormonal, social, emotional, and academic challenges all at the same time. It is entirely age appropriate for children of these ages to become more defiant and disrespectful, since they're beginning to sow their oats, so to speak, and beginning to gain a sense of independence. That being said, just because it's normal and age appropriate doesn't mean you as parents need to allow these behaviors. Respect for authority is always important, and disrespect and defiance need not be tolerated. The most important thing is to actively prevent the disrespect or defiant attitudes from working for them. If you cave to them, why wouldn't they continue to push you the same way? These behaviors shouldn't get them what they want, ever. Secondly, stay calm. The attitude your teen is throwing around is usually not personally directed, but rather related to the way they are feeling as a whole. You just happen to have the honor of feeling the brunt of it. In other words, their sarcasm and surliness are reflections on their bucking against the restrictions, rules, and limits. You just generally happen to be the one that's setting and enforcing these limitations. The same thing holds true for hurtful expressions such as, "I hate you." It's not that they really hate you. In reality, they're just angry about you getting in the way of them having what they want. Yeah, I have no doubt that it stings, and it may well cut to your very core. But acknowledging that the remark is not directed personally at you will help you maintain your self-control. This is incredibly important, as when your kids are out of control, they need you to stay in control all the more. If you lose it on them, then you're stooping to their level and even modeling the behavior you're trying to teach them to avoid. No matter how your kids behave prior to puberty, all bets are off once they enter the roller coaster zone. Lessening your feeling of stress is the key. You really can't change anyone but yourself. So in this case, change comes from two directions: out towards them and in towards you. When your child says something disrespectful, think of it as an invitation to play tug-of-war. The game can only be played if both of you tug at opposite ends of the rope. However, if your teen is holding one end and metaphorically tosses you the other, with their defiance, you have two options. You can pick up the tossed end and go to battle, or you can choose not to pick up the rope and simply decide not to play. If you don't join in on the tug, then you are more able to remain on steady ground. So how can you respond to your teen's behavior? You might start with, "I need you to say that in a nicer tone if you want me to respond." Or you might choose to ignore it entirely and simply walk away. Or you might decide to give a consequence for the behavior. If your children aren't showing respectful behavior in the home, perhaps they shouldn't be allowed to interact with the outside world, be it via technology or direct visits with friends. Another option is to meet their defiance and refusal with your own. Calm refusal to do the next thing that they ask you to do for them. I would have loved to drive you and your friends to the movies, but I don't really feel like doing what you want when you refuse to do what I ask of you. Maybe next time. For those of you wanting to open the lines of communication, there is another way that you can respond, commenting on their feelings behind the words. You could say something like, "Gosh, you sound so annoyed with me. What did I do?" One caveat here, only do this if you really do want to hear what they have to say, even if it's not pleasant. And you can try to initiate have a conversation in a moment where the storm's died down. Look, things are just not going well between us, and I would like it to be better. How can I make that happen? What do you think you can do? As far as lessening your stress by responding in toward you, make sure you have an outlet. This could be going to the gym, taking a bubble bath or a nice hot shower, gardening, doing yoga, whatever it might be that helps you to alleviate stress. You need to take care of yourself first, as the more calm you are before experiencing your teen's attitude, the better equipped you're going to be to calmly respond to them. Take some deep breaths, count to 10, say the alphabet backwards, anything that gives you a momentary gap between what they say and do and your response. Remember, when emotions go high, intelligence goes low. Then you have picked up the rope and the tug of war goes on. Thank you so much for watching this video. For more tips and tricks for parenting of toddlers, teens, and in-betweens, check out our other videos over here or join our communities on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, enjoy your kids.